you presently stuck in your reality? Are you in freeze mode? Is nothing happening the way you want it? Is your manifestation still not here yet? Well, all these things I will be answering in this video, and I will show you how to shift your reality step by step from where it is you are right now to point B, closer and closer to point B. So please watch this video until the end. Now, my name is Mayra, and I'm the founder of Awakening Games, and I create games where people, through playing a game with themselves, right, and their subconscious, they shift their reality to become what they're aiming at. So these are embodied exercises. They're for healing trauma. It's a very, very easy and, kind of technique that an 8-year-old can do. And I love the way through this technique, I love myself more and more and grow through and from the triggers, so I can become, more and more of who I am. So I will be posting courses in the description boxes under every video here on YouTube, and the courses I call game shops. Yes, I'm preparing a few at the moment, and so please stay tuned for that. Now, if this content resonates with you, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you want anything in specific for content and courses, do reach out to me and let me know. Now, the freeze mode, the nothing, the void, the, manifestations, where did they go? So back in the day, I used to just think of something and things would happen, like boom, 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 and I thought that everything worked like that. And now, I would just think of something, and then this is, awakening. This is spirituality. This is, why we're here for, because we're mega manifestors. We could, we're creators of our own reality. Yeah, that all is beautiful. And there's a reason why we get stuck at some point. There's a reason why things do not just pop out like that, And all this is because there's something much deeper that we are going through while we're in the freeze zone. So our nervous system got stuck in freeze because we are needing this pause for a reason. You see, the reason why we got stuck here in the first place was because at some point in time, we were taking action that was not aligned with who we really are. And we were hustling, forcing, kind of escaping ourselves. And now this freeze, this pause is basically saying, yeah, we will get out of this freeze zone when we are able to also be silent, and we don't need to escape ourselves, and we could listen to what it is that is truly for us. So while we're in the freeze zone, the nothing zone, the void zone is wanting to train us and show us how to set boundaries, how to know how to fulfill our own needs. And why, you would ask? Well, because, to manifest something like this without having gone deep into our fears and in healing our trauma is kind of easy when it's for things that are not that important to us. But when we are more and more embodied and we are feeling our feelings, that's when we start, accessing a really deep power. And this kind of power is not like the other one that's hocus pocus and poof, like just things that come in and go out, like, oh, the manifestation worked and there's so much excitement, and, it's more inner peace, coming from inner peace, what I'm talking about, like how to, be peaceful while allowing to let Source, Universe, God, create through us, reveal to us what it is that is for us. We're more interested in this part of our spiritual ascension. We're more interested in accessing more and more of peace by growing through and from triggers, filling us up with love through source and or God, whatever you are connected to, then to actually manifest on the outer world. You see, the priority, this is why freeze comes in. This is why the void is here. It's coming to show us that everything is in our inner world. And we start learning how to become real alchemists here. Transcending, right, through the negative emotions and feelings. Going in our Hades, in our hell, energetic, emotional, spiritual hell. On our inner cave, our fear, we go in, we become spiritual warriors. We face our fears, we access generational trauma, which is not comfortable, it's not easy. And we bring in the peace there. So we bring in the light in the darkness. And then that's when duality starts dancing together. Polarities are dancing together instead of canceling each other out. There's no just light or just darkness. It's light and darkness, co-creating together, feminine and masculine, and co-creating together. So in the freeze, in the nothingness, when our manifestations are not coming, they're not coming because we have to sit around and wait for them to come and we just, continue, waiting. It's happening because this space, this pause is asking us to go deeper into the silence and listen more profoundly, feel more profoundly. Be willing to unlearn what we thought we knew, right? Becoming more humble, allowing for the ego to lose, to not, fill up our voids with the manifestations. That's very painful for the ego because the ego in that moment is not, it feels like it needs, it needs. So the more it feels its void, the more we can distract ourselves from soul, from our inner world. When we are not able to fill up that void from the outer world, there's this space that is created. So we can pay attention to the sensations in our body, right? So how do we shift from freeze to embodied flow? By being present in the here and now. And it's like, how do we, what is embodied flow and what does that look like? So in reality, we're wanting to move from freeze because we're wanting the outer world to entertain our inner world, because our inner world, feels like it's empty as long as we're wanting something from the outer world to come in and fill us up. Whereas in reality, when we embrace the void, embrace, the boredom and the nothingness, and we go into our sensations and we start just feeling into our body and accessing our sensations more and more throughout the day, right? We're just embodied. The more we can do that, the more we actually experience bliss, states of nirvana, states of I am presence, right? States of being one with all. And the surprising thing is that in moments like this, when we're just walking in nature, maybe meditating, maybe just sitting in silence, even walking, watering the plants, sitting and, touching our body, those simple things like this, when those simple things, without anything happening on our outer world, can actually show us that when we are deeply connected with ourselves, we can experience inner peace, serenity, and such fulfilled states of being that we could not imagine that was possible had we not had all those things we're wanting to manifest. when we access this wisdom that was asleep and dormant within us, we actually remember that it was always about the inner world. And through this process, we learn how to surrender in deeper layers of trust to the universe, to God, or universe source, right? You could label it the way you feel comfortable. There's no right or wrong here. So the more we surrender into deeper layers of peace, the more we experience this profound fulfillment from within. And the funny thing is, when things start manifesting from without, they're not actually manifested. It's more that the version of self that is already fulfilled from within meets the version of, the reality of that version of ourselves. So we kind of meet in the frequency. It's something that is not huge or big because we've already been there before. It's not such a big deal anymore. It's not like, oh, my manifestation. I've been there before again and again. By emotionally simulating this experience. So, just to let you know, how do we get there? So if we, on a daily basis, start to scan our body. So we could be watching television, we could be walking, we can be talking to people, we can be writing a book, I don't know, working, I don't know. Doing nothing before we sleep, go to sleep, or once we wake up. If we start focusing our attention on our bodies and feeling the sensations, that's how we connect to deeper and deeper layers of peace. And the more we start feeling connection with our bodies, we become more embodied. The more sensitive we become to feeling, and the more sensitive we become to feeling, the more powerful we become, the more trust we build, and the more we could allow to surrender. Because being embodied means being connected, being here in the present, and this does build trust. And being present and being in the here now and feeling trust allows for things to unveil for us without needing to hustle, force, wait, or try, or feel that we're stuck. If you need anything else for feeling, oh yes, sorry, just to remind you that this is the process of healing our nervous system. And being stuck means also that our nervous system had to shut down, and now it needs small stimulus of stress, small ones, when we can be present within that moment of stress, because we don't want no stress at all or huge amounts of stress. We need little baby steps, action steps, like small ones, small stressors, by being present within our body the moment that we feel the stress. So that way we actually integrate stress and grow through and from it. We don't, block it out, all of it, and the more we are able to be present in increments of stress, and the more we shift from survival to growth mindset. And this is what's going to train us to be able to do from small leaps to quantum leaps, right? So the freeze is actually preparing us to be able to do that. Learn our boundaries, learn our real yes, our real no, and navigate to what is really us, our authentic selves. So that's for the video for today. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, and see you on the next video.